Basic Instinct 1992 shocked the world with its daring, storyline, sizzling chemistry, and performances that became instantly iconic. More than 3 decades later, fans still remember the tension, the suspense, and those unforgettable scenes. But what about the stars behind them? From career-defining moments to surprising twists in their personal lives. The cast's journeys since the film are as intriguing as the thriller itself. In 2025, we take a closer look at where these legendary actors are now exploring their successes, challenges, and the paths life has led them down since taking the world by storm with one of the most talked-about films of the 90s. Dorothy Malone was born on January 29, 1924, and took on the role of Hazel Dobkins in 1992 at the age of 68, delivering a performance steeped in quiet menace and subtle ambiguity. Hazel, though appearing calm and restrained, carried a history that hinted at complicity and moral corruption, which made audiences question the character's reliability and morality. Malone's own early life mirrored some of this complexity. She was born into a modest Chicago household where emotional warmth was sparse and parental attention inconsistent, leaving her to develop resilience and an ability to mask vulnerability behind charm and poise. Her adolescence was marked by teasing and social marginalization experiences that fostered a determination to succeed in a world that seemed predisposed to overlook her. Her Hollywood career was both brilliant and tumultuous. She won an Academy Award for Written on the Wind, yet the same charisma that captivated audiences often created friction with producers, directors, and co-stars, contributing to a reputation for being demanding and difficult on set. Multiple marriages ended in high-profile divorces that were emotionally and financially draining, exposing her to tabloid scrutiny and fueling rumors of volatility in her personal life. Her career faced significant obstacles as she aged, with studios reluctant to cast women past their prime in leading roles. This professional sidelining was her most profound blow, forcing her to navigate a ruthless industry that prized youth over experience despite her talent and acclaim. Later in life, Malone confronted health challenges and the solitude that often accompanies aging in the public eye, but she maintained a dignified presence, continuing to command respect in interviews and public appearances. She passed away on January 19, 2018 in Dallas, Texas, just 10 days shy of her 94th birthday, leaving behind an estate valued around $5 million, including real estate residuals from decades of work in film and television, and a collection of personal memorabilia. Born February 23, 1950, in Lake City, Minnesota, took on the role of the juvenile officer in Basic Instinct in 1992 at age 42, delivering a subtle yet pivotal performance that anchored the film's dark psychological tension with a touch of grounded realism. Gleason's portrayal, warm and authoritative, earned quiet admiration, but behind her professional calm lay a life marked by mental turbulence. Raised in a family shadowed by financial insecurity and frequent emotional neglect, she developed an early habit of masking pain with humor and compliance, a survival tactic that followed her into adulthood. Her career was a roller coaster. Despite appearing in over 100 films and television shows, she often struggled to secure meaningful roles, facing repeated rejection and typecasting as a maternal or supporting character. Yet, she transformed personal adversity into creativity, openly sharing her battles with bipolar disorder and channeling it into her acclaimed one-woman play, Stopping Traffic, which was later used in mental health programs at Mayo Clinic. Colleagues described her as fiercely intelligent, but private, sometimes withdrawing from projects for periods without explanation. And she reportedly had moments of sharp impatience with those who trivialized mental health issues. Gleason's personal life, though mostly shielded from tabloids, carried the quiet weight of unfulfilled relationships and the challenge of building a support network while navigating her condition. She remained committed to advocacy, mentoring younger actors, and contributing to mental health awareness initiatives. Mary Pat Gleason passed away on June 2, 2020, at age 70 from uterine cancer. Her estate, modest yet reflective of her steady work, was valued between $1 to $2 million, comprising residuals, royalties, and personal property. Her legacy persists not through scandal or sensationalism, but through the courage to expose her vulnerabilities and channel them into performances and activism that touched audiences and peers alike. Born February 23, 1939, in Issaquah, Washington, took on the role of Lieutenant Phil Walker in Basic Instinct in 1992 at the age of 53, portraying a composed, authoritative senior officer whose skepticism and procedural precision added a tense realism to the film's erotic cat-and-mouse narrative. On-screen, Walker's measured demeanor contrasted sharply with the film's chaos, earning him recognition for bringing a stabilizing gravitas to the otherwise volatile cast, yet off-screen Arndt's life was shaped by far darker experiences. Raised in a strict household that prized stoicism, he endured frequent verbal abuse and isolation, as a child internalizing his emotions and masking vulnerability behind toughness, a trait that would both aid his military and acting careers and hinder his personal relationships. After serving as a decorated Vietnam War helicopter pilot receiving 2 Purple Hearts, he transitioned into acting but faced initial struggles. Stage productions rejected him for a perceived lack of charisma, and early television auditions ended in frustration. Although he maintained an honorable public image, close colleagues recalled moments of obsessive perfectionism and a bluntness that alienated directors. He never courted scandal and avoided Hollywood gossip, yet his single-minded devotion to craft sometimes strained friendships and professional collaborations. Personal life challenges included 3 divorces, complicated by long periods of travel and military trauma lingering in private. Later years brought the pain of losing several close friends and family members, coupled with health concerns stemming from wartime injuries. Dennis Arndt passed away on March 25, 2025, in Ashland, Oregon, at age 86. He left behind a modest estate comprising real estate in Oregon, royalties from theater and television work, and accumulated savings amounting to a net worth estimated between $1 and $2 million. Though he avoided the limelight and scandals, his life story combined heroism, quiet struggle, and an unwavering dedication to craft that left a subtle but enduring mark on those who knew him. James Rebhorn, born September 1, 1948 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, portrayed Dr. McIlwain in Basic Instinct at age 44, bringing a calm, analytical energy to the psychological suspense as a clinical psychiatrist whose insight added layers of tension and moral complexity to the narrative. Rebhorn's on-screen presence was methodical, measured, and commanding, earning him recognition as a dependable character actor. Yet his personal journey was far from mundane. His childhood was steeped in traditional expectations within a devout Lutheran household where academic achievement was prioritized over emotional expression, leaving him socially awkward and prone to internalizing stress. Rebhorn navigated Hollywood with a quiet determination, yet the pressures of typecasting and relentless character work sometimes fueled private bouts of frustration. Colleagues occasionally labeled him as inflexible or overly meticulous on set. Despite his disciplined reputation, he endured near misses in major roles that could have elevated him to leading man status. Experiencing professional disappointment, he never publicly aired. His personal life reflected stability, but also discrete challenges, including balancing family commitments with demanding filming schedules, and he meticulously planned finances and personal affairs, even authoring his own obituary as an act of control over his narrative. While he avoided scandals, whispers among peers hinted at occasional social isolation, stemming from a perfectionist nature that made him difficult to approach personally. James Rebhorn died on March 21, 2014, at age 65 from melanoma in South Orange, New Jersey. At his passing, his net worth was estimated around $2 million, largely from a long-standing career of film and television roles, reflecting a life of consistent work, quiet professionalism, and respect within the industry, despite the personal and career challenges he weathered. Michael Douglas, born September 25, 1944, in New Brunswick, New Jersey, took on the role of Detective Nick Curran in Basic Instinct in 1992, at age 47, portraying a morally conflicted and obsessive investigator whose entanglement with the manipulative Catherine Trammell became a defining moment in the erotic thriller genre. Curran's impulsive, tortured persona resonated with audiences as Douglas infused the character with both charisma and vulnerability, blurring lines between hero and flawed anti-hero. Off-screen, Douglas's life mirrored elements of Curran's turmoil. Raised in a wealthy but complex household, he contended with high parental expectations and public scrutiny from an early age, developing resilience alongside a propensity for self-destructive tendencies, including heavy drinking in his 20s. His career has been punctuated by phenomenal highs, an Academy Award for Wall Street, and global recognition for iconic thrillers and publicized lows, including box office disappointments and controversies over demanding behavior on set. Douglas's personal life has been equally tumultuous. A high-profile marriage to Deandra Luker ended acrimoniously amid infidelity allegations, followed by a more stable union with Catherine Zeta-Jones, though they experienced a highly publicized separation before reconciling. In 2010, he faced a serious throat cancer diagnosis, intensifying public fascination with his mortality and resilience. Additionally, Douglas faced a sexual misconduct allegation in 2018, which he vehemently denied, yet the claim added a shadow to his otherwise celebrated persona. Despite these challenges, Douglas remains an enduring figure in Hollywood, balancing blockbuster productions with personal advocacy and philanthropy. Today at 80, he continues acting selectively, producing and managing a vast entertainment empire with an estimated net worth of $350 million, comprising film royalties, investments, and real estate, cementing his status as both a creative force and a figure whose life reflects the collision of fame, scandal, and survival in modern cinema. Jean Tripplehorn was born on June 10, 1963, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and at age 29 she appeared in Basic Instinct as Dr. Beth Garner, a police psychologist whose calm exterior masked complex emotional entanglements and professional compromises that drew her into a dangerous psychological web. Garner's intelligence, poise, and hidden vulnerabilities captivated audiences and created a counterpoint to Stone's manipulative Trammell, embodying both empathy and moral conflict. Tripplehorn's personal life was shaped by a turbulent childhood marked by parental separation, financial instability, and early exposure to societal expectations of beauty and propriety, forcing her to cultivate resilience and emotional discretion from a young age. Her career trajectory has been marked by notable successes and quiet struggles, early rejections, on-set tensions with co-stars, and the constant challenge of avoiding typecasting as the innocent beauty in Hollywood's male-dominated industry. While she avoided public scandals, whispers circulated about conflicts with directors over creative input and tension between her desire for serious roles versus industry pressures to accept high visibility but shallow parts. In her personal life, she has balanced marriage to actor Leland Orser and the complexities of raising a child under media scrutiny, choosing privacy over public spectacle and maintaining a reputation for discretion despite Hollywood pressures. Triplehorn's later career allowed her to explore more diverse and challenging roles in television and film, including The Firm and Big Love, cementing her professional reputation while preserving personal boundaries. At 62, she continues to act selectively, cultivating a life of privacy, family focus, and creative fulfillment, with a net worth estimated at $12 million derived from decades of film and television work, a testament to both her talent and her careful navigation of the entertainment industry's relentless spotlight. Daniel von Bargen was born on June 5, 1950, and portrayed Lieutenant Martin Nilsson in 1992 at the age of 42, giving life to a character that was rigid, skeptical, and methodical, serving as the foil to the more impulsive and emotionally driven figures around him. Nilsson's investigative precision and moral rigor mirrored von Bargen's capacity to convey authority and intensity, earning him respect from both audiences and colleagues. Yet his off-screen life was fraught with trials and private anguish. Raised in Cincinnati, Ohio, von Bargen's childhood was marked by emotional distance and a sense of isolation. He was often the observer in his own family, internalizing anxieties that would later manifest as perfectionism and a heightened sensitivity to rejection. His career, while spanning decades and including memorable roles on Seinfeld, Malcolm in the Middle, and Super Troopers, was riddled with challenges. He was typecast in stern authority figures, repeatedly denied the opportunity to explore more nuanced roles, and often clashed with directors over creative differences. Von Bargen also battled alcoholism and chronic health issues that affected his professional reliability and personal stability, eventually leading to severe diabetes complications, including amputations. His personal relationships suffered as a result, marked by instability and periods of profound isolation. And in 2012, he attempted suicide, an event that underscored the depth of his private suffering. Despite decades of consistent work, his financial situation remained modest, with an estate estimated around $500,000, reflecting limited accumulation of wealth despite talent and longevity in the industry. He passed away on March 1, 2015, in Montgomery, Ohio, at the age of 64. Von Bargen's life was defined by contrasts, a commanding screen presence masking deep vulnerability, a career of impressive breadth tempered by systemic typecasting, and a private existence overshadowed by health struggles and personal despair. His legacy is one of intense professionalism intertwined with human fragility, a reminder of the complex toll Hollywood and life can exact even on gifted performers. Sharon Stone was born on March 10, 1958, in Meadville, Pennsylvania. And at age 34, she took on the role of Catherine Trammell in Basic Instinct in 1992, a character whose intelligence, charisma, and manipulative seduction immediately defined her as Hollywood's ultimate femme fatale. On-screen, Trammell combined allure-danger and an almost supernatural cunning, captivating audiences while terrifying law enforcement within the story, and cementing Stone's status as a fearless actress unafraid to explore taboo and provocative themes. Her real life, however, has been a mirror of contradictions and shadowed by trauma. Stone grew up in a turbulent household with a distant, emotionally cold mother and a father whose workaholic tendencies left her craving attention and validation, leading to deep-seated insecurities she would later mask with beauty and performance. The early years of her career were punctuated by rejection, typecasting, and whispered criticism of being too assertive or too sexual for studio standards, forcing her to navigate a world that alternately idolized and vilified her. The infamous interrogation scene in Basic Instinct sparked scandal worldwide, igniting debates over morality, censorship, and female sexual agency, and rumors circulated about Stone using behind-the-scenes influence to shape the film's provocative direction. Personal life struggles were equally intense. A high-profile marriage and divorce from television producer Michael Greenberg miscarriages, and the pressures of maintaining a public image while confronting health crises, including a near-fatal stroke in 2001, tested her resilience. Stone also battled public scrutiny over cosmetic procedures and tabloid portrayals that sensationalized her personal choices. Despite all this, she has reinvented herself multiple times, balancing film, philanthropy, and advocacy, and building an enduring legacy. Today, at 67, she remains a force in Hollywood, with a net worth estimated at $55 million, including real estate acting contracts and endorsement deals, a reflection not only of financial success, but also of the personal and professional battles she has survived. Leilani Sorrell, born September 28, 1966, in Los Angeles County, California, stepped into the role of Roxy Hardy in Basic Instinct in 1992 at age 26, portraying the tempestuous and possessive lover whose volatile emotions added layers of intrigue to Catherine Trammell's already enigmatic presence. On screen, Roxy's intensity created palpable tension and gave audiences a glimpse of danger lurking behind desire, making her a memorable, though often overlooked figure in the film's web of manipulation. Sorrell's childhood was far from idyllic. She was raised in a household marked by instability, with parents frequently at odds, and a younger sibling suffering from chronic illness. Early on, she faced ridicule from peers for her unconventional looks and outspoken personality, learning to shield her vulnerability by cultivating a cool, assertive exterior. Her acting career, while promising with the high-profile Basic Instinct role, encountered obstacles in the aftermath. Typecasting limited her opportunities to supporting parts, and she endured dismissive remarks from critics who failed to separate her performance from the film's sexual controversy. Off-camera, her personal life was both a sanctuary and a challenge. Her marriage to actor Miguel Ferrer was marked by publicized tensions and the difficulty of balancing careers with raising 2 children, though they eventually reconciled after periods of estrangement. She was rumored in industry circles to have been intensely private, protective of her personal life, and occasionally confrontational with producers over character interpretations, though no formal scandals were ever recorded. Sorrell has largely avoided the glare of Hollywood controversy, choosing a life that prioritizes family and selective projects. Currently, 58 years old, she continues to work sporadically in film and television, maintaining a low-profile presence. Her net worth is estimated in the low millions, including acting residuals, minor real estate holdings, and investments, reflecting a career that blended iconic visibility with quiet discretion, leaving her reputation intact, but underscored by the tension and allure that made Roxy Hardy unforgettable. Born August 7, 1955, in Cartersville, Georgia, stepped into Basic Instinct 1992 at age 37 as Assistant District Attorney John Corelli, a character whose sharp wit, moral flexibility, and occasional sleaziness underscored the political and procedural tensions surrounding the murder investigation. Corelli's blend of sarcasm, probing questions, and willingness to bend the rules amplified the film's erotic suspense, making Knight's performance both memorable and unsettling. Knight's early life was colored by financial instability and parental skepticism. Teased for his appearance and clumsiness, he developed a keen observational wit and an ability to conceal deep insecurities beneath humor. His career, though successful in comedy and drama, has been punctuated by on-set conflicts, occasional temper flares, and a notorious dispute over unpaid royalties for his role in a regional theater production in the 1980s. Personal life turbulence includes 2 marriages with rumors of infidelity and intense public speculation during his divorce from his first wife, though no major scandals permanently tarnished his public image. Knight has also dealt with weight fluctuations and public scrutiny over lifestyle choices, yet he transformed these challenges into comedic fodder, earning a reputation as resilient and adaptable. At 70, he continues to work in film and television, occasionally reprising iconic roles while maintaining privacy around family matters. His net worth is estimated at $8 million accumulated from decades of acting endorsements and property investments, cementing him as both a financially successful and culturally recognizable figure, while his career demonstrates the navigation of personal vulnerability amid public visibility. Chelsea Ross, born June 20, 1942, in Oklahoma City. Oklahoma played Captain Talcott in Basic Instinct, 1992, at age 50, portraying a rigid, by-the-book senior officer whose skepticism and insistence on procedure contrasted sharply with Nick Curran's reckless methods. Talcott's authoritarian presence lent the film a weight of realism, representing the institutional pressures of law enforcement amidst a case swirling with erotic tension and danger. Ross's childhood was framed by the strictures of a conservative Oklahoma upbringing, marked by a father who dismissed artistic ambition and a mother struggling to maintain stability during financial hardship. Teased and underestimated from a young age, he learned to hide his insecurities behind discipline and determination. His career included steady character roles, but he faced setbacks when studios overlooked him for leading parts, and he was occasionally described by co-stars as stubborn or difficult during rehearsals, insisting on authenticity even when it slowed production. A low point came after a supporting role in a critically panned television movie, where his insistence on scene adjustments led to tension with the director, highlighting both his perfectionism and vulnerability to professional criticism. Personal life challenges were subtler. Ross married and divorced quietly, maintaining privacy around family matters, but close acquaintances note he carried the psychological weight of combat trauma from his service in Vietnam, a factor that shaped both his work ethic and interpersonal relationships. Beyond professional and private struggles, he has contended with minor health issues and the challenges of aging while sustaining a long career. Currently, 83 Chelsea Ross lives a measured life, drawing on his experiences as a Vietnam veteran and MFA-trained actor. His net worth is estimated between $1 to $2 million, consisting of royalties residuals from film and television appearances and property investments, reflecting a life of disciplined work and enduring, if understated, recognition in Hollywood. Bruce A. Young, born April 22, 1956, in Wilmette, Illinois, assumed the role of Detective Sam Andrews in Basic Instinct in 1992, at age 36, bringing a methodical, disciplined, and observant presence to the investigative ensemble and serving as a stabilizing counterpoint to the impulsive Nick Curran. Andrews' understated authority on screen lent credibility to the film's police procedural tension and offered viewers a point of grounded realism amid the volatile interplay between characters. Off-screen, Young's early life was shadowed by financial instability and a strict conservative upbringing in the Midwest, which instilled a sense of responsibility yet also left him grappling with self-expression and creative risk. His early career was a patchwork of minor roles in theater and television, punctuated by setbacks and periods of unemployment, during which he developed a reputation for being intensely exacting, occasionally alienating directors and co-stars with uncompromising artistic demands. Young's personal life was marked by a private struggle to balance ambition with family, including periods of estrangement from relatives due to conflicting priorities. though widely respected for his versatility, appearing in the seminal Jurassic Park 3 and Risky Business, as well as creating the live-action theater show Dungeon Master. He has had to contend with the subtle pressures of industry typecasting and the disappointment of unrealized leading roles. There are no known scandals attached to him, but colleagues note that his focus and intensity often created tension on set. Currently 69 years old, Young continues to pursue creative projects while maintaining a discreet personal life, owning property, intellectual rights to theater work, and residuals from screen performances, with a net worth estimated between $1 and $2 million. His career reflects a combination of artistic commitment, quiet resilience, and a steady if understated imprint on Hollywood storytelling. Stephen Tobolowsky, born May 30, 1951 in Dallas, Texas, assumed the role of Dr. Lamott in Basic Instinct 1992 at age 41, portraying a calm, analytical psychiatrist whose insights into Catherine Trammell's manipulative psyche provided crucial exposition and moral grounding in a film rife with sexual tension and psychological games. Lamott's composed demeanor highlighted the contrast between rational observation and the chaotic impulses of other characters, giving audiences a lens through which to interpret the plot's dangerous allure. Tobolowsky's early life was marked by a middle-class upbringing in which academic excellence and conformity were demanded. He endured repeated teasing for his eccentric interests and physical awkwardness, learning to mask self-doubt with intellect and humor. Professionally, he has cultivated a career playing quirky intellectuals, but this typecasting sometimes limited his opportunities for mainstream leading roles. On a few productions, he was criticized for over-preparing or insisting on script fidelity, creating friction with directors seeking flexibility. While Tobolowsky has avoided public scandal, his personal life included complicated relationships and periods of intense introspection, with rumors of estranged family connections and the emotional toll of balancing creative ambition with financial pressures. Health challenges, along with the demands of maintaining a multifaceted career as actor, author, and podcast host, added layers of difficulty to his life. Currently 74, Tobolowsky continues to work actively in film, television, and literature, drawing on his experiences to inform performances and storytelling. His net worth is estimated between $1 to $4 million, derived from acting residuals, writing, and speaking engagements, reflecting a life devoted to the exploration of human behavior and the nuanced interplay between eccentricity and professional persistence in Hollywood. Thank you for joining us on this nostalgic journey through classic television history. If you enjoyed learning about the cast of Basic Instinct and where they are now, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more vintage Hollywood retrospectives, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing your memories and suggestions, so let us know which TV show or movie cast you'd like us to feature next.